Hey, booze, hey. Do your blankets feel like super glue in the morning? Well, sis, it's time to shake them off. Welcome to Wake Up Happy, Sis, the show that jumpstarts your day with a bang. We're strolling down these self-care streets as we navigate the maze of wellness and healing. We're helping you live happy, healed, and whole. And we do it all with a hearty dose of belly laughs for good measure. Stay tuned and get ready to wake up happy, sis. Whoop, whoop, whoop. What's up, everybody? What's up? Hey, booze. Hey, it's your girl, Leanne. Don't say your chief self-love officer over here at the Wake Up Happy Sis show. And we're tuned into another fabulous episode. We're broadcasting on KCCR Cityscape Radio, where we're changing the narrative for our people because we're always telling our stories our way, and we're unapologetic about it. Today is no exception. All right. Today we're celebrating National Relaxation Day. And if you know me, you know, and Sharonda, you know we about that relaxation life, okay? Now, this episode is going to change the way that you think about rest. The hustle and grind culture has us all believing that we've got to keep going, keep pushing, keep doing. But look, let me tell you, that is not the path to true fulfillment, happiness, and success. So this episode is all about helping you hit the brakes and embrace the power of the pause so that you can rediscover or maybe discover for the first time the magic of stillness. We're going to dive deep into why rest is not just a break from work, but it's actually a revolutionary act of self-love. Excuse me. That fuels your success, creativity, and your overall well-being. So as always, grab your favorite mug of something, get cozy or get comfortable, and let's journey together into the transformative power of rest. You deserve to thrive, not just survive. And today, hopefully we're going to show you how, but you got to be listening, okay? You got to be listening. So let's get into this. Let's dig into this because this going to be a good episode today. So how are you doing today, Sharonda?
I'm doing really awesome. How you doing, lady?
You know, I'm living my best life. Living my best life every day.
Thank you.
That's the only way to live. That's how I've decided I'm going to live the rest of my days, is living my best life every day.
Stress-free, child.
Yes. Yes. Or even if it can't be stress-free, because stress gonna come. It don't get to stay here. You don't get to take up residence here. The stress just got to bounce off me. Like, yeah, that's what we're doing. So, in this first episode, or this first kind of segment of the show, I really want to talk about the concept of the hustle myth, this hustle and grind myth that we live under, versus the power of the pause. Okay. So, we've really been sold on this idea in my mind that we have to be constantly in motion to be successful, right? We've got to constantly be doing something, going somewhere. We always got to be on the go, right? We got to have this hustle mentality. Constant hustle equals success. That's what we've been told. But I would like to challenge that. At what cost?
Good.
I want to talk about a little bit about the toxic impact of this hustle culture and the impact it has on our mental, our physical, and our emotional well-being, and why it's time for us to look at a better way of doing things and embracing the power of pause in our life. Okay? So, the hustle culture, to me, it really demands that we prioritize productivity over everything, right? We got to get them numbers right. We talk about this with aspects of leadership, right? It's all about what you can turn out. It's all about doing more, being more efficient, blah, 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 right? We prioritize productivity over everything else. But that generally comes at a severe cost to our mental health. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When you are stressed about always having to perform, always have to be better than you were yesterday, we're constantly pushing ourselves. We're not resting.
Hmm.
And you know as well as I do, because we've both been there, that leads to burnout, it leads to anxiety, and it can lead to depression. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now, there was a study by the American Psychological Association that found that chronic stress, often driven by relentless work demands, is a significant contributor to anxiety disorders.
Girl, I was even reading up on some stuff that the fibroids are stress related. That means different kinds of stress related.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. But
That
think about
means
it, because that's because most of us, we're on this relentless pursuit of success. And we do it without pause. I've got to be this by the time I'm 30. I've got to have this by the time I'm 35. I need to be C-suite by the time I'm 35, and da 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 da, right? And we do all this without pause, without rest. So we're overwhelmed, we're overworked, we're drained, and we really get disconnected from our true selves. Because all you know is that on go woman. You don't even know yourself at rest, at
hmm,
relaxation. You only know on go girl.
girl, that's what I'm figuring out right now and stuff. Is that I have been, it might have been you, it might have been my sister or my husband telling me like you have been going. You don't even know how to sit down, and they complain about my OCD ishness and stuff. Like
Yeah.
I because
And
you're
that's
all
between
things
you.
to everybody, and
Yes.
in a fraction of that to your own damn self.
Yes, we put ourselves last, right? Rest, we see it as a luxury, not as a
Ooh,
necessity for maintaining our wellness and
girl,
well-being.
that part. If
We see it as my motto used to be, I can sleep when I'm dead. Sleep is for suckers. Baby, that's when you're young and dumb and you don't know,
yes, girl, yes, because
right?
we ain't know better then. We
We
thought
didn't
we
know
were
better.
invincible. Mm-hmm.
Because at that point we felt invincible. When you're young, you feel invincible. Baby, I'm invincible. Okay, I could break.
Oh,
Okay, I
oh,
could break.
our older selves thinking about our younger selves in the mindset, and good God.
Yes.
Woo!
Yeah.
The shit is real, girl. The shit is
It
real.
is,
If it will.
and there are real consequences
Yeah,
of us never slowing down,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
You get chronic stress. So now you've got your chronic stress because you're overworked.
Got blood pressure issues.
Yes, baby, you know I was about to say it. All the health issues that come from that.
Yep.
High blood pressure, heart disease, a weakened immune system, right?
Sleep
So your
issues,
body
eating
can't even
issues.
protect you the way it's supposed to
Right.
because it's too stressed out.
Girl, naps used to be like kryptonite. Like, no, I don't want to
Not
go.
a nap. Oh my
And
God.
now
Not a nap.
I can't get through the day without a nap, child. Do you hear me?
Look, baby, we went from being in preschool, kindergarten, where you got to take them naps during the day, to when
Mm.
you went to first grade, you didn't get them naps no more. And then by the time you was
Bunch of
older,
shot.
right, by the time you were adult, you was like a nap. What we don't do that around here. Now we go back to, as we're older, we go back to that infancy stage of naps are life, baby. If y'all don't know about
Girl,
a
a
good nap,
delicious nap in the middle of the day? Hell, hey, I walked past two hammocks to get to my damn office today. One of them, maybe I got a rendezvous. I'm here to tell
that's
you.
it. That's what you got to let her know. I'm coming back for you, baby. Don't
Mm-hmm.
worry. Don't worry.
Me
I
and
see
you.
you. Look,
Me and
look.
you.
I see you, boo. I'm gonna be over there in a little while. I see you over there. I'm gonna be over there with you. Like, you gonna get, oh, that'd be like that hammock gonna get all this head and all this butt. Gonna get all of it.
All of it, girl.
All of it.
Whoa. Aretha's like, I haven't seen you in hours. Cause I was in that hammock and it had me both in a chokehold. A choke hold, girl.
Because I was living my best life. Hmm.
Yeah.
Best nap life, right?
And I'm realizing I don't have bags like I used to when I was working, girl.
Because you ain't overstressed. I'm still
I'm
overstressed.
well rested, ma'am. I
I'm
could get
still
up from
working
a
my
nap
way
and go
out
to
of it.
bed. Do you hear
Yeah.
me?
Now, I will say I did go to sleep earlier than I normally do last night, and I didn't wake up as tired this morning. I got a
Mhm.
good 5 hours last night. That's about as
Ooh,
much as I can get at one time.
that's almost impressive.
That's impressive for me because
Oh,
normally four is my number. Four is my number. If I let me try and go back to sleep and get that extra hour, most times I'm more tired.
mm,
Yeah, everybody has a number, right? You have to
mhm,
know what your number is. Everybody's number isn't going to be the same. And we have to understand that and be okay with that, right? For me, six is about the max I'm going to get. Anything over six, I wake up tired because it's too much for my system.
mhm,
Now, when you embrace the power of the pause, what you're really doing is you're allowing your body time to repair, recharge, replenish, help prevent some of these health issues, promote your life longevity, right? Health is our greatest wealth. Because if
mhm,
I asked you, could I give you $10 billion, but you died tomorrow? You're going to turn that $10 billion down.
mm.
If I said, hey, Sharon, I'm going to give you $10 million, but you will have an incurable disease for the rest of your life that will have you hurting, crippling pain.
What's the use then?
Would you take the 10 million? No, because your health is your wealth. Health
Right.
is more important than money,
Hmm.
right? But
Mhm,
we don't act that way. We don't make the necessary investments in our health, wealth future because we're on go. Especially if you're a high achieving woman like ourselves
mhm.
and you want to be recognized for your achievements, we know we already have to work two and three times harder as the others. For us to
Mhm.
be even seen as average, we got to be extra dope. That puts more pressure on us to work, 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 and go, go, go without taking time to rest and replenish ourselves.
Girl, it's a whole thing. Is I caught a hold of somebody called the Nap Ministry, like the nap in not naps back here,
Mhm.
but naps like this.
Yes,
The Nap
our favorite
Ministry.
kind of nap.
Yes, yes. Those are the naps that we're talking that are,
Yeah,
girl, I was still a nap in a minute for lunch. I just eat at my desk, but I need them 30 minutes or
you need
them
them. Yeah,
29.5
you
minutes in
need
my
it.
car to take a nap,
You need it.
to decompress, to to uh, the boss might be on your nerves,
You need
your
that time.
co-workers, the client, whatever. You just need to get away. And that was my Calgon in the middle of the day.
Yeah. But that's also because we're so busy multitasking.
Mm.
Don't add children into the mix. So you got a career, you got a mate, you've got children. You
Mm.
become the master
I
of
swear I was an
multitasking.
octopus girl, a whole octopus. I had my hands in every freaking thing, and other people's hands in other
Yeah,
things to get shit
but
done.
because we have this false belief that if I do multiple things at once, I'm more efficient. But really, the truth is, multitasking really can significantly reduce your productivity. And it's also going to increase your stress because you're trying to juggle too many
Do
balls at one
too
time,
much.
right? We're
Mm-hmm.
trying to do too many things, right? And really, what happens is multitasking is reducing your cognitive performance
Mm.
because you honestly really cannot do multiple things at one time. And when I'm doing this and I have to stop and rewire my brain to move over here, stop, rewire my brain to move over here, something's going to get dropped and you're not doing everything in excellence. Versus if I said, let me take this thing, finish it to completion, then let me take this thing, finish it to completion. You
Mm-hmm.
probably would have done faster if you had done all those things because every time you have to stop and reprogram your brain to move somewhere else, it's a pause, it's a shift. It's not an immediate, oh, let me go over here and then let me go over here. We think we're multitasking. No, You get enhanced efficiency, clarity, productivity when you actually take the time to focus on one thing. And now I can do that one thing in excellence versus doing three things in mediocrity.
Hmm.
That's what we do.
Girl, that actually is on my resume. What the heck? Because back in the day, I thought I
That
was
was the
actually good
thing.
at
But that was the
multitasking.
thing.
Mm.
That was the thing. You wanted to be somebody who could multitask, right?
But that's not the case getting up in age,
Baby, I
y'all.
can't multitask no more. Don't ask me. That's not a superpower. I'm not gonna be able to do it for you.
Because ask
I'm
somebody
working
else to
over
do it
here.
because I'm not going to be able to.
I'm over here. I'm over here now. I may be able to pencil you in later. But it's a pencil. It's not pen. It's not permanent. It's penciled. That means I might have to erase that and move you somewhere else. Right?
Yeah.
Now, we've got multitasking. We've got the fact that we're on go. Now we're going to layer our third thing on top of that, which is the cultural pressures that we have as Black women to overwork.
Mm.
And we're going to layer on top of that society's expectations of us being these workhorses, strong, resilient, always on go. This superwoman syndrome that I talk a lot about within my business Wake Up Happy Sis, because it really pushes us to that brink of exhaustion, making us believe that rest equals weakness.
Girl, that's called a shit layer cake. You keep on. Then you got to
Yeah.
add this layer. You
Okay.
gotta add that
Okay. Yeah.
layer. And then you
That's
got
what
to
we
add
do.
that layer. Mm-hmm.
We're gonna add the layer of family and all the stress that comes with that.
uh,
And I'm not even talking about your immediate husband and wife. I'm talking about the external family.
mm-hmm.
Then we're gonna layer on top of that, I have my own family now.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're gonna layer, I have a career. Then we're gonna layer on that, I still have friends and outside commitments and community activism. Then we're going to layer on top of that that I want these promotions and I want these things. So I've got to go back and get more education. Then society says I'm supposed to be this strong Black woman and the foundation of everybody's everything. Then we're going to layer on top of that all the trauma that makes me think I have to work harder and do more because I'm a people pleaser because I've got trauma, right? We have all these layers, like you said, that shit layered cake. So the Journal of Black Psychology highlighted how all of these cultural pressures that we have, they contribute to stress and burnout in Black women. And
Mm.
what we have to do is we have to redefine strength and resilience so that it includes rest, right? The courage and the ability for us to rest, to recharge, and to care for ourselves first, because that is not a part of what strength is. Strength has always been defined by how much shit can I pile upon you and you don't break.
Hmm.
That's what it's been for us. How much shit can I pile upon your shoulders, Black woman, before I break you? That's not the strength we want. We want the strength to be able to tell somebody our boundaries. I'm not going to be able to do that and to stand by it, right?
Boundaries with yourself first.
You're going to hear us say it over and over and over again until it is second nature. That's a principle, right? The first boundary I set must be with myself because I cannot expect people to respect a boundary that I don't myself respect.
And
Ooh,
teach
ooh,
people how to treat you.
ooh,
If they see
ooh.
you mistreating yourself, then they can too.
Let me clack on that. Because I'm not going to respect a boundary that you don't respect.
Huh? And it's yours, not
You don't
mine.
even respect your own boundaries. Why would I respect it? I'm going to do what
Hmm.
you allow me to do. That's what people do. They do what you allow them to do.
That part.
Now, once we've redefined strength, we're also redefining what success is. Because success to me, and it's just me, right? I think it shouldn't be measured by how much we do, right? But I
Mm-mm.
think it should be measured by how well we can sustain our well being over the long haul. So it's not my success or my sanity, because
Mm-hmm.
that's what I feel like where we're at war. Do I want my success, or do I want my sanity and my fulfillment and my
Oh,
happiness and my joy? Why do these have to be at odds? Why can't I have both? That's success to me, is I am able to thrive in a business setting, in a work setting, while at the same time thriving in my wealth, my health, my mental being, my happiness, my joy, but I'm also successful in my business, in my career, in my family. That to me is how I want to redefine success. It's not just Leanne was a VP of such and such, but she ain't have no man, no kids, no family, no friends. She was unhappy and she committed suicide, because
mm-mm.
that's what's happening in certain circles, right? We've seen it. We know people who've committed suicide or who have died from stress related illnesses and things of that nature, because we have to be intentional about integrating pauses into our day, into our life cycle, because sometimes you got to get off that damn hamster wheel, slow it down, stop it all together, and say, hey, I need to get off this merry-go-round. It's going too fast for me. I need to jump off and I need to go and sit on the bench for a minute,
Hmm.
catch my breath. You remember them hell holes of the merry-go-round? What's the little thing you used to get on? And your friends would turn it, and some of your friends would go flying off because they wasn't holding on
Yep.
right.
We go around. Mm-hmm.
Right? We need to be able to say, hey, hold up. I'm gonna sit this one out. I'm gonna go over here and sit this one out. Because this hustle myth has glorified constant activity, productivity, making sure we do more, be more, go further with less resources, with less input back into ourselves. And it comes at the expense of our mental health, our physical health, our happiness. But what if we just made that key to success, knowing when it's time to pause, when it's time to get off that ride, right?
Yeah.
Because I think the real power of the pause lies in the pause's ability to reset our health, right? Reset our mind,
Girl, this is
rejuvenate. Come on.
I love this. This is my younger self in my early years in the army as a chaplain assistant. I don't know if you've ever been in an army chapel, but we have there's the carpet up the middle, and then
Mm-hmm.
there's tile in between the pews, and there's carpet on the outside. So every Sunday that chapel had to be ready to go. That meant strip mopping and buffing the floor. That
Mm-hmm.
meant, like building maintenance stuff. And if I couldn't get the help, it had to get done. So that's where I was on my Friday nights. Was I'm 20 years old. I'm 21 years old. When I'm in a chapel, well, I stayed out of trouble, you know. So
Right. It did
I'm
have some benefits.
yes, it did. It did. So I'm working myself and working myself, and it was my own work ethic, like work until it gets done. It
Yeah.
was girl, and that was just one chapel. I had three chapels,
Mm.
8 chaplains, and a partridge in the pear tree, and hundreds of soldiers every damn Sunday. Girl, I worked and I worked and I worked until one day, Monday morning came. We standing in formation, trying to take accountability and stuff. All I saw was the gym floor fastly approaching. I woke up in the
Yeah.
hospital.
Yeah.
I got pneumonia. I'm exhausted.
You're dehydrated. You're
Yes,
exhausted. You're
yes,
stressed. Your immune system was compromised.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's
Because
like
you didn't know when to stop. Like you said, your work ethic was
I didn't know what my limit was, and I'm working here. I am thinking I'm an island. No, shit still goes on while I'm in the hospital.
that island got hit with a typhoon.
Child,
That your island of Sharonda got hit with a typhoon. Yeah, yeah,
that was an awesome wake up call, let me tell you.
yeah. I mean, think about if you had just learned then to integrate different pauses into your day, just stopping to take a deep breath, realizing that you know what, if there are other people who are supposed to also be helping, the first time that that chapel ain't ready, and you say, "Well, I've been here," and you ain't got to throw everybody else under, but it will become apparent when you say, "I've been here," and leave it at that.
Hmm.
I can't do all by myself. There's only so much I can do. You needed moments of silence. You needed to be able to stop and take a walk. You were 20, in your early 20s. You needed and deserved to just go out and have fun with your friends too.
I did, but it was that work ethic was definitely a self inflicted thing. Nobody taught me that. You can't teach work ethic.
Right, but
You
it don't make it right. It doesn't make it right though. Even though it was there because at some point somebody made you feel like you had to always be the one to show up, that you could never take a rest, right? So it was taught.
mm,
It was taught through negative experiences
mm.
that you had to be the reliable one. It might mean that you did everything because you never felt that you had somebody in your life was not reliable.
And that
And rather than ask those questions and ask, and you maybe were asking and asking, you weren't getting it when you needed it. What did that teach you? I've got to be self sufficient. I have to be an island. If ain't nobody gonna help me, I'm gonna still get it done.
hmm, wow,
Things that make you go, hmm, I
it's
might be a
crazy.
little bit good at this. You know, I might
Yeah,
be a little bit good at this.
yeah, 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 yeah. You're all right and everything. You're all right.
I'm just saying, I might know a little thing or two about something. You
This is
know, I
true.
might know a thing or two about something,
This
right?
is true. Wow. It's like going back to see how many times you helped others hurt you.
Yes, a lot of times we definitely help people hurt us.
Goodness gracious.
And we don't know how to get off that ride because we're used to being people pleasers. We're used to doing all these things. And instead of saying, hey, this is not healthy for me, this is not helping me, this is actually hurting me, what we do is we build a little thing inside us that says, all I can rely on is me. So if people aren't going to help me, I'm going to be the best of the best of the best. So can nobody ever question me? Can nobody ever let me down?
Mm.
But in all acts and purposes, we're allowing people to hurt us because now we're hurting us, right? We're hurting us. So we're still allowing people to hurt us because when that boss says, hey, Sharonda, these reports got to get done, you stay up all day, all night, and you ain't able to report no extra hours on your timesheet, but you just spent 8 extra hours at night working on that damn report instead
Girl,
of saying,
stop telling my life.
I'm just telling you, right?
Wow. Yeah,
I'm
that
just
part.
telling you. Those are the
We ain't
things.
doing overtime, comp time. What? But yeah, I still need this report done
I
before
still
we
need
go
this
on
report.
leave.
Yeah, as they walking out the door, they going home to their families, and you're left stressed. You're left holding the bag. You're left having to do all these extra, and you do it without standing up for yourself because you don't believe you deserve that power of the pause at some point. You don't feel like you have the ability to stand up for yourself and set those boundaries because you haven't set a boundary with yourself first.
Oh,
Mm.
that ma'am.
Gone clack it. Mm-hmm.
And I'm not talking back in my army days. I'm talking about here during this damn pandemic.
Yeah. Yes.
Shit.
I'm not talking about things that happened 15, 20 years ago. I'm talking about things that may be happening in people's lives right now
Yep.
that we're still dealing with. There's always trauma, new traumas, triggers that I find that I'm like, okay, that's something I got to work on, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's something I got to work on because I have to stop helping people hurt me or hurting myself because I'm not standing up for anything for myself.
And that's how easy it is for other people to come in and follow suit because you didn't uphold your own damn boundary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, damn.
And so now I want to kind of talk about, we talked about the hustle thing and how we know that's not a good thing. It's not a good look to always be on that. But now I want to say, now you're like, okay, so how do I, you know, move into the power of the pause, Leanne and Sharonda? Well, we're going to give you some powerful techniques that you can start using today to help create a space for calm and clarity and pause in your life. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, first, let's talk about some practical relaxation techniques. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just practical things that you can do right now. You can do it at home, you could at work, you could do it in the car while the car's parked. Do not do things while the car's moving. Like you sitting in the parking lot, or you one of the people like me that when you get home, you sit in the car for a whole hour before you go in the house. Okay. Breathing life into your day, it isn't just about staying alive. But just breathing, just the whole breathing. It's not just about staying alive. It's about how do I bring life into my day. Okay. Deep breathing. Now, deep breathing, and I call this like mindful breathing, is one of the most powerful tools that you have to really shift your energy and help bring about calm to your mind and your body. What it does is it activates your body's parasympathetic nervous system, and that's responsible for rest and relaxation, in case y'all didn't know. The parasympathetic nervous system, okay? Now, how do we do it? Whenever you're feeling overwhelmed, what you're going to do, you're going to stop what you're doing. If you're not in a safe place to do so, get to a safe place to do so. So don't do this while you're in a car. That's moving. But when you're feeling that overwhelmed, take a moment to close your eyes and breathe deeply. You're going to breathe in for a count of 4. You're going to hold it for a count of 4. And then you're going to exhale for a count of 4. And I just do that, and I'll just repeat it for maybe 1 to 2 minutes. And literally, you're just going like this. Just do that for 1 minute, right? That simple practice can really help reset your nervous system. It's going to allow you to regain focus and composure. You can do it first thing in the morning. You can do it during lunch as a part of your little hectic day when you get your little 15-minute break, right? You can do this at any time. There's also mindful walking. Now, what is mindful walking? A lot of times, if you've ever, I'm going to give you a great explanation of that. Have you ever been walking somewhere and when you got there, you didn't remember the walk that you had?
Yeah.
You were not walking mindfully. Most of us walk around absent mindedly.
Hmm.
If you've ever been in a car and you're driving and you're like, I don't even know how in the hell I got home. Our bodies operate off of rote memorization, right? But mindful walking is really this beautiful way that you can connect with your body and with the world around you. So instead of this absent minded rushing that we're doing from place to place, not even taking time to focus on what's around us, what's in front of us, you're going to slow down and you're going to actually pay attention to the steps that you take. Notice the sensation of your feet touching the ground, the sound it makes, the rhythm and feel of your breathing. Pay attention to what's around you. Oh, I never knew that they had little purple flowers over here. Because you're so focused. You're on the phone all the time. You're not focused. You're just squirrel mode, I call it. Right? Now, this practice, because it's rooted in mindfulness, it's not only going to help you reduce stress, but it's also going to enhance that overall sense of well being. And you don't need to be anywhere fancy for this to happen. Okay? You don't even need that. You can literally do it at a park, around your neighborhood, around the office. If it's raining outside, go to a different floor and just walk around in your building. Don't be creepy about it, though. Don't be creepy about it. Okay.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Right? Walk stairs. If you're on the third floor, take a walk down to the first floor. Walk around, then walk back up. Notice what you see around you. Hey, if you're in an office park, walk around the office park. Right? These are things that we do because when you bring mindfulness to something as simple and that taken for granted as walking, you're not only exercising your body, but you're calming your mind and you're nurturing your spirit. And what we're not doing is overthinking during this time. We're placing our focus on the act of walking, the feeling of walking, the sensation, the smells of walking, right? So it's going to help calm everything down.
I love that. And I didn't know that that's what I was doing when I'm on my walks. Of course, that was one of the things that Prince and I used to like to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to walk, but I need to be on the phone when I'm walking, especially now without him, because when I'm on the phone with my sister, I don't succumb to the sadness that Prince isn't there with me and stuff. Because it's still it's only been a week today.
Yeah.
Um, and
But it's
right
okay to
now,
be sad, right?
yeah.
Why? It's okay to be sad. It's okay to express those feelings. You don't have to always constantly hold those feelings back. The suppression is harming you too.
Mm,
Sometimes you need to go and have that walk and cry or just feel sad. You process through the emotion instead of avoiding the emotion. Remember, we head into the storm, Sharonda. We don't head away from it. We don't tuck it into the lockbox over here and not look at it again. He was a major part of your life. Yes, you're going to be sad, but one day you'll be less sad. And one day you'll be able to just remember him with fond memories and realize that it was his time to go,
yeah,
you
that
know?
part is true. Like, so right now, if I close my eyes, I see him, and just remember our happy times and stuff like that. Now,
Exactly.
yeah, and
Exactly. Like wherever he is, he up in dog heaven, running free with all the milk bone biscuits or whatever his favorite treat snack was. Okay.
yeah,
Maybe got him a little honey dip up there, you know?
huh,
Like that's how I choose to look at things, right? versus him here in pain, whatever his issues were before, right? He
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have any of that. So it's okay for you to be sad, but you also had a lot of great years with him. So maybe instead of sad, we focus on the gratitude of having him in your life as long as you did have
Mm. I like
him. And
that.
like you said, focus on the happy things. What about when you first brought him home and he's 5 and he's, you know, sniffing around the house and being real timid, like, I don't know this new place or these new people. They smell all right though. And the first time he licked your hand or licked your face or whatever, you know,
Yeah.
that is another relaxation technique. It's called guided imagery. That hmm, I just
Talk more about that. I love that. I feel drawn to what you just said.
so guided imagery is really a relaxation technique where you use your imagination to create calming, peaceful images in your mind. Okay, because what it's doing is tapping into the power of your mind to reduce stress and anxiety. So first, typically you're going to do it in a quiet place. Okay, you're going to close your eyes and you visualize a serene setting. So visualize you, and what was your dog's name?
Prince.
You and Prince at the park. Okay, you've got a blanket, you're sitting down, you, Arif, your son, and Prince. You guys are having a picnic. You can feel the wind. It's a spring day because it's not too hot, not too cold. That perfect day where you get the heat, but you get that good breeze.
Yeah.
There's a tree right next to you. You can hear the rustling of the leaves. You can feel that cool air coming across your face. And he's got his head in your lap, right? And you guys are just there. It's peaceful. And you engage your all of your senses. Feel the warmth of the sun. You're going to hear the rustling of the leaves on the tree. You're going to smell the flowers or the good food that Arif has packed for y'all lunch. Okay. And you might even be able to taste. You got a good drink. You got yourself a good little drink you drank. You could taste that drink and it's just so refreshing. You can feel it going down your throat, right? Now, what that does is it gives your mind a mental escape that allows you to tap into a state of deep relaxation and calm, even if it's only for a few minutes. Like, what did you feel when I was saying all those things to you?
I was, it was very vivid. I was, every line you said, it became more real. It was like strokes to a painting, and
Yeah.
the picture started to take shape and stuff.
And normally I wouldn't be talking so loud. I'd be talking in a more quiet, kind of hushed tones. There might be a little bit of nice relaxation. I might give you sounds of like the trees rustling or something like that, right? But what it's doing is to help you get a mental break. Might be a part of your nightly wind down, might be during a hectic day. You can record yourself saying certain things and put some of that the solfeggio frequencies behind it low. And when you need relaxation, record it for a 5 minute little thing. And you're doing exactly the same thing that I just did. And you're talking kind of, you know, more even keeled, kind of low, kind of calm, because the tone of voice also can help with that too, right? And you go to your car, or let's say you're at work, you can go to your car and you play that. Close your eyes, boom, 10 minutes. And then you tell yourself, okay, you're done. Now you're going to open your eyes again and you can do that. You can create your own meditations. That's all it is a type of meditation. And see if it works. And play that every night,
Hmm.
right? And they also have things called, oh, there you go, Miles, is progressive muscle relaxation.
Hmm.
Okay. And what that involves is tensing up your body and then slowly releasing different muscle groups in your body. Okay. And what it's really useful for, it's really highly effective for reducing physical tension and helping promote relaxation, right? So it's going to lower your stress, lower your anxiety levels, help improve your sleep quality. So if you're somebody who suffers from sleep issues, this practice might help you. So you start, let's say, by tensing the muscles in your toes for 5 seconds. Then you're going to release that 5 seconds. Then you're going to tense up your calves. Then you release that. You move up to your thighs. So you're going progressively from the bottom of your feet all the way up, okay? Till you reach your neck and your face. And what it teaches you to recognize when you're holding tension in your body, and then you're teaching yourself how to release that tension,
Hmm.
okay? You can cultivate a deeper sense of relaxation and ease in your body. And you can do that when you're at work and something's stressing you and you really feel like you're tense here, then you'll learn how to, okay, let me, like,
Hmm.
I'm out here to give y'all the real, okay? I'm out here
You
to give,
just in that space right now, ma'am, and it
you
is
know,
an awesome thing to watch.
when I get in my bag, baby, this is what I like to do.
Girl.
Now, we still have to talk about the stillness and embracing that stillness, okay? So we've already talked about the hustle myth. We've learned some practical relaxation techniques, but now I want to really dive a little bit deeper in our last sort of 13, 14 minutes of the show. We're almost, but I want to really dive into why rest is so crucial for your mental and your emotional well-being, right? Because embracing this stillness isn't just about taking a break, right? It's not just, it's so much more than that. It's really about having that time to reconnect with yourself, to practice mindfulness so that you can find peace in the present moment, and really allowing your heart and your mind the space that it needs and the time that it needs to heal and grow. That's what the stillness and embracing stillness is really doing for us.
Mm.
Okay. First thing you're going to get when you get rest, when you're well rested, mental clarity.
Mm.
Have you ever taken a nap and when you woke up, something immediately came to you that you've been trying to work on, let's say all day? You took
Wow.
a nap and you come and then you're like, "Da-da-da-da-da-da." Or you see a problem totally differently after you've had some time to rest and think about it, right?
Hmm.
So I always tell people if you're mad or you're angry, and let's say you want to send a text or you want to write a thing, and I don't always take my own advice, but I'm getting better at it. But you do as I say, not as I do. Ain't that what the parents used to tell you? But write it, do not send it, don't even address it so that even if you tend to send it, ain't gonna send.
Girl.
And then go and take a break. You do some of the techniques we just gave you for 30 minutes, an hour, and then come back. You will have more clarity because you're rested, right? Because we're constantly pushing ourselves and we don't give ourselves a break. So we're becoming mentally fatigued. That's going to lead to poor decision making, and it decreases your creativity. So you can't even come up with creative solutions to your problems like you normally do because your brain and your mind needs a break, right? Studies from the National Institute of Health show that sleep and rest are crucial for cognitive function, including memory consolidation and problem solving, right? And when we rest, it might be a nap, it might be meditation. We just did the guided visualization meditation, or it might just be simply sitting in silence. Some people can't do that. They don't know how to just sit and just baby, I could sit here and just do nothing and
Ma'am.
just be, right? But what you're doing is you're allowing your brain the time to reset. It doesn't have to be on go all the time. So now you're going to have clearer thinking, you're going to have better focus. That's why they say do your most important things when you first wake up. That should be the first task you do because your brain is not stressed out, overwhelmed, overworked. And this isn't just a luxury to embrace the stillness. This ain't a luxury. It is a necessity to help you maintain your sharpness and clarity in your personal and your professional life. So the more you incorporate rest and stillness, the more you're going to increase your mental agility. So your mental agility is your ability to come up with these creative solutions and go from here to here and not that pause not taking so long where you're like, what the hell was I just thinking about? What was I thinking about? And it's going to improve your overall cognitive performance. Faster recall, better focus. You're going to come up with more creative solutions than you would if you were tired, right? Now, stillness is also a really great tool for emotional resilience, right? Because when we allow ourselves to really pause and simply be, Sharonda, not be mama, be wife, just be. I just want to be in this moment. I just want to simply be. I just simply want to exist. You really create a space that's needed to process your emotions and your experiences that you're having. Sometimes you have to take a break and step away from things so that you can fully process. You can't process your emotions when you're in the middle, in the thick of something. You got to step away from it. You got to take a break, take a mental break. That's why when you get really mad, I'm okay with somebody walking away.
Hmm.
I'm okay with saying, you know what? I can't do this right now. I got to go. Sometimes that's your best decision, right?
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Because that stillness, when you walk away and you just sit and let yourself reflect and think, it's going to help you become more aware of your emotional state. So now I understand more about what triggers me. Every time a certain person come around and they're always negative,
Hmm.
trigger.
Mm.
When I'm trying to share my feelings with you and you shut me down, or you try and turn it around on me like I did something wrong, right? So now you're becoming more aware of your emotional state. And when you're aware, now you can respond in a better way. You can train yourself to respond out of logic and not out of emotion.
Wow.
But that takes time. This isn't something
Emotions get you in trouble.
they can. Emotions make you cry sometimes. Okay. Now, when you take that time for that stillness, you're really taking the time to strengthen your emotional foundation. Because now you got to face life is going to have them ups and downs, regardless of what
Mm-hmm.
you do. Stress is going to come. There's going to be a peak and there's going to be a valley, and another peak and another valley. But you're now able to face it with better poise, with greater resilience, And in your stillness, I honestly feel that's where you find your strength.
Mm.
Baby, girl, I'm out here spitting it. When you rest, that can also help you reduce your anxiety. Think about it. Scared, anxious, when you don't take the time to rest, your stress levels are going to go up. That means what's going up too? Anxiety. Concerned you're going to lose your job. You're concerned you're going to lose your husband, whatever, right? Makes you more stressed, makes you more anxious. But when you embrace that stillness and you practice some of the techniques that help calm your parasympathetic nervous system, you're going to reduce the production of stress hormones like cortisol, which can help you, which can keep you, cortisol can keep you feeling bloated,
Hmm.
right? Deep breathing, meditation, sitting quietly. I've given you tips. I've given you tips. What they do is they reduce those levels of your hormone levels, reduce anxiety, and it helps you gain back a sense of control to whatever was making you stressed and anxious in the first place. And we need that. And then it's also going to stop you from being so bitchy and moody all the time. Eating and sleeping.
Girl, see that part
Either
right
I'm
there,
hangry, either I'm hangry or I'm tired.
girl. See right there, that part right there, we need to you know, make that into the other podcast about the bitchiness and the breathing techniques and the
Yeah,
and I mean people are so caught up in what they do instead of who they are. They
yeah,
don't know how to turn it off and stuff,
yeah.
and they are crotchety and bitchy and like, who pissed in your cornflakes? Why are you like a bitch at all day? Like,
And the problem is you don't know
really?
what may be going on in their life that is causing them to react that way, right? They
Mm-hmm.
may have a lot of things going on at home, and the only place they feel like they have control is at work. And they're
And
going
making
to
other people
flex,
miserable.
right? And they're unfortunately they doing it, going about it the wrong way. Instead of working on their problem, they then turn up. The only place that they know they got control is at work, so they turn up. Now
Mm,
your fucked up mood is messing up my mood and makes me want to look at changing jobs because I can't deal with you because you're a bad boss.
mm,
So when you get that rest, it really is going to have a profound impact on your mood and your overall sense of well-being.
mm-hmm.
Because when you're well rested, you're more likely to experience positive emotions,
Yep,
feel more content with your life, make better decisions, right?
yep.
Help regulate your mood, reduce that irritability and that bitchiness, and increase those feelings of happiness. You know, when you get that good rest and you get that stretch in and you're like, oh, yeah. Excuse me. I didn't bring my water out here today. So, whether it's a quick nap, I'm telling you, try that um guided visualization meditation. Record yourself, put a little bit of relaxing kind of music or whatever, the solfeggio frequencies, the sound of wind or whatever, and build that into that guided imagery. You can do that for 5 minutes. 5 minutes and speak love, speak life, speak prosperity, speak abundance into yourself in that guided visualization and see if you don't feel better. You do that every day for 30 days, you will have a better mood. Period. You can't help but have a better mood, right? And finally, as we're wrapping up because we're in our last couple of minutes, you're also strengthening your self-awareness. So now you know better about what's triggering you. You can process, think through things better, right? When you slow down and embrace that stillness, now you can allow yourself to be fully present in the conversation. You ever been talking to somebody and you don't know what the hell they've been talking about the last 5 minutes? Because you're not present.
Right.
You are not practicing mindful listening, right? So now you can become more in tune with your own thoughts. This person is fully nuts so cuckoo and I need to get away from them. Your own emotions. This really pisses me off when this continues to happen or whatever. And your own desires, right? Really desire to smack the taste out their mouth. I was just kidding about that last part. That's a little jokey joke, right? But when you have that heightened awareness, you're going to be able to make better decisions and you're going to be able to live a more authentic and fulfilling life. And you're thinking, you're saying rest can help me do all of that? Rest is the foundation of it all, baby.
Yep.
It gives you what you need to be able to do all the rest of it. Rest is a powerful tool, and we just don't know how to leverage it properly, right? We need to turn rest into our superpower, not just the tool to get by day to day. Because we need to learn how to have rest help us fuel our success, our creativity, and our long term well being. So what you learn new today, Sharonda, as we close out. You got, let me ask you this. Tell me one thing you learned that you didn't know, and one thing that you would leave our audience with around the power of the pause.
The guided what was it again?
Visualization.
Yeah,
Visualization.
the guided visualization. And I would leave you with take better care of you and show yourself grace and boundaries and freaking uphold them bitches.
Yes. 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 And yes.
And your
So
younger self will thank you.
yes, your yourself will thank you. Your body will thank you. Your mind will thank you. Now I know we covered a lot today. I gave y'all a lot, tossed a lot out there. But lucky for you, y'all can go back and listen to it. Head on over to Spotify. Look for the Wake Up Happy Sis show. Head on over to YouTube. Look for the Wake Up Happy Sis show. We broke down that hustle myth. We explored the incredible power of rest. And I really hope that you guys have found a little bit of inspiration and a couple of tips and things that you want to try to incorporate more rest into your life so that you can prioritize stillness, prioritize your health, your well being by practicing the power of the pause. Right? Because when you choose to pause, you're really choosing to thrive. You're choosing to live fully and to succeed on your own terms, to live your authentic truth. So breathe deeply, rest intentionally, and know that you are doing exactly what you need to do to live your best life. And with that, what's it do like that? We will see
Pew, pew,
y'all later.
pew.
Pew, 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 pew. You can always head over to wakeuphappysis.com to learn about our other show topics, to get involved with the Wake Up Happy Sis Academy, the Sister Circle, which is our VIP elite membership. We've got so much for you over there. More of this, more of this, more of this greatness that Sharonda and I give you every Monday and every Thursday. So, with that, live your best life because you get to choose. You don't get to choose all the things that happen to you, but you get to choose how you respond to them. So take a pause, respond to things out of logic and not always just out of gut emotion, and learn how to live your best life. That's it. That's what we're here for. And we'll see you later. Bye, everybody. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Wake